Today, we're talking about the behavioral patterns that can trap people in poverty. We're going to look at 6 scientifically backed behaviors, and I'll share the latest research from institutions like Harvard Health, Nature Medicine, and Stanford University. 1. Excessive screen time. According to 2024 data, the average American now spends 6 hours and 40 minutes a day on screens. That's more than 40 hours a week, basically a full-time job spent just consuming content. And for many, it's one of the habits quietly keeping them poor. The National Library of Medicine published findings showing that prolonged screen exposure disrupts sleep cycles, reduces energy levels, and makes students less productive and less academically successful. When we engage in passive screen time, we're essentially training our brains to expect constant stimulation without effort. This creates what researchers call reduced cognitive flexibility. Our ability to problem solve and think creatively actually diminishes. 2. Lacking creative hobbies. Harvard Health published groundbreaking research in 2023 that followed over 93,000 people across 16 countries. The findings were that people with hobbies reported better health, more happiness, fewer depression symptoms, and higher life satisfaction compared to those without hobbies. Research led by Harvard Medical School neurologist Alvaro Pascual-León has shown that mentally engaging activities, including creative hobbies, help strengthen brain networks and promote neuroplasticity. Other studies show these activities also activate the brain's dopaminergic reward system, boosting motivation and emotional well-being. A 2023 study published in Nature Communications found that engaging in creative activities, like dance, music, drawing, and even strategy video games, is linked to a younger brain age. The more skilled the person was, the greater the delay in brain aging across multiple brain systems. Without hobbies, you're essentially leaving brain development and networking opportunities on the table. You're not just missing out on fun, you're missing out on cognitive growth and the social connections that often lead to career opportunities. 3. Lack of growth mindset. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck transformed our understanding of how beliefs shape outcomes. Research from 2019 to 2024, including large-scale studies co-authored by Dweck, confirms that people with a growth mindset consistently show greater motivation, resilience, and academic or personal performance than those who believe their abilities are fixed. Individuals with a growth mindset show greater motivation, better problem-solving skills, and higher goal achievement. They're also more likely to persist through setbacks, exactly the qualities needed to escape poverty and build wealth. The fixed mindset often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When people believe they can't improve, they avoid new strategies, give up more easily when challenged, and miss opportunities that require effort and risk, ultimately confirming their belief that they just aren't capable. 4. Status quo bias. People tend to stick with what they know, even if it's not working well. Change feels uncomfortable, so they stay where they are. Status quo bias prevents people from taking necessary steps toward improvement, such as learning new skills, changing careers, or investing in their education. It's psychologically comfortable to stay where you are, even when where you are isn't serving you. According to 2024 data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, workers who adapted well to remote work and new digital tools saw positive productivity gains. Those who resisted change or stuck to outdated methods often fell behind. The comfort zone is insidious because it feels safe. But in a rapidly changing economy, staying in your comfort zone is actually the riskiest choice you can make. Industries evolve, job requirements change, and skills become obsolete. Comfort today often means obsolescence tomorrow. 5. Learned helplessness. Martin Seligman's groundbreaking research on learned helplessness, first published in 1967 and continuously updated through 2023, reveals something profound about human psychology. When people repeatedly face uncontrollable negative outcomes, they can develop a belief that nothing they do matters. A 2023 study published in Frontiers in Psychiatry provides updated neuroscience on learned helplessness. Researchers found that the brain's default state is actually to assume control is absent. The presence of control must be learned and can be unlearned when facing prolonged aversive situations. When people experience learned helplessness, they stop trying to change their circumstances, even when opportunities become available. The research shows this manifests in three ways: lack of motivation to respond to new challenges, difficulty learning from success, and emotional passivity. Seligman himself developed the concept of learned optimism as the antidote. Recent research confirms that through cognitive behavioral therapy and interventions focused on developing a sense of control, people can overcome learned helplessness. Taking action, even small steps, teaches your brain that you're in control. Over time, this builds resilience and helps you handle future challenges better. 6. External locus of control. People who believe they have control over their lives tend to be more successful. Those who blame outside forces and see problems as permanent are more likely to feel helpless and depressed. Recent research confirms this pattern. Studies show that individuals who attribute negative events to external factors and see them as permanent and pervasive are significantly more likely to develop depression and learned helplessness. This doesn't mean ignoring real systemic barriers. Those absolutely exist. But research distinguishes between acknowledging obstacles and surrendering agency. The difference is crucial. Acknowledging obstacles while maintaining belief in your ability to respond versus believing you're completely powerless. The attributional style research from 2024 demonstrates that explanatory style predicts outcomes. People who explain negative events as temporary, specific, and partly within their control maintain motivation and continue taking action. Those who see everything as permanent, pervasive, and entirely external often give up. Blaming creates a cycle where you never examine what you could do differently, never develop new skills, and never take responsibility for the aspects of your life you can control. It feels emotionally satisfying in the moment, but keeps you stuck long term. So, here you have it. 6 scientifically proven behavioral patterns that can trap people in poverty: excessive passive screen time, lack of creative hobbies, fixed mindset, status quo bias, learned helplessness, and external locus of control. Every single one of these patterns can be changed. The research shows that mindset shifts, behavioral interventions, and conscious habit changes can break these cycles. Here are your action steps based on the science. First, audit your screen time and replace at least 1 hour of passive consumption with active learning or skill building. Second, start one creative hobby this month. It doesn't matter what, just something that engages your brain and hands. Third, when you face setbacks, consciously practice growth mindset thinking. Ask, what can I learn? What strategy can I try next? Instead of, I can't do this. Fourth, identify one uncomfortable action you've been avoiding that could improve your life and take it. Step outside your comfort zone regularly. Fifth, take one small action every day toward a goal. Build the neural pathways of agency and control. Finally, when things go wrong, ask yourself, what's within my control here? Focus your energy there instead of on blame. Remember, staying poor is easy because these patterns are comfortable and automatic. Breaking free requires conscious effort and behavioral change. But the science shows it's absolutely possible. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.